Okay, good morning. Now let's start to proceed to our new topic this day. And our topic for today is musical content on timbre. But before we start, let us read our objectives. In this lesson, the student will be able to get a bird's eye view of content topics under timbre as written in the Department of Education or DepEd curriculum and review and familiarize with the musical content pertaining on timbre. Overview and review. First, it would be helpful to get an overview of content topics under the musical elements. Presentation below is unprepared for you and is based on the current version of the Department of Education or DepEd curriculum for music. Timbre for grade 1, quality of sound and music, difference between speaking and singing. For grade 2, quality of sound and music, introduction to voice production, differentiation in sound quality, introduction on musical instruments. For grade 3, voice production techniques, variation in sound quality, A, similar, and B, different. For grade 5, vocal and instrumental sound, basic voice range classification, the soprano, alto, tenor, bass. For grade 6, introduction to instrument of the Western orchestra. Timbre is also known as tone color, refers to the character and quality of sound that different one musical instrument. Music may be divided into two categories, the vocal music and the instrumental music. Okay, when we say timbre or timbre, ang timbre na kilala rin bilang kulay tono, ito ay pagkakaiba o kalidad ng tono. Ito ay tumutukoy sa karakter at kalidad ng tunog na nagtutukoy sa isang musikal na instrumento. Ang musika ay maaaring hatiin sa dalawang kategorya. Pangunahing kategorya, ito ay ang galing sa ating sariling katawan na ipinapakita ng ating boses o vocal na musikal at musika na galing sa pagtugtog ng mga instrumento o instrumental na musika. Ang timbre ay ang katangiang nagbibigay iba sa tunog ng isang instrumento o boses. Ito ang nagbibigay kulay, tono o distinctive o kakaiba na karakter sa bawat tunog. Kaya't maaari nating ma-identify ang pagkakaiba ng isang violin sa isang gitara. Ito ay halimbawa lamang ang pagkakaiba ng boses sa isang tao mula sa iba. Solo. The word solo means alone in Italian. It is a musical composition for a single instrument without accompaniment, or a work wherein a single instrument or voice is featured eminently throughout even with an accompaniment. Accompaniment is the background music that supports a principal part or parts. Okay, ang salitang solo ay nangungulagang mag-isa sa Italiano. Ito ay isang musical na komposisyon para sa isang solong instrumento na walang kasamang akumpanya o isang gawa kung saan ay isang solong instrumento o tinig ang nanguna kahit may kasamang akumpanya. Accompaniment. Ito ay isang musikang panglikuran na sumusuporta sa pangunahing bahagi o mga bahaging tinutukoy tulad ng instrumento o boses na nangunguna sa isang kanta o komposisyon. Ito ay karaniwang nagbibigay ng background music na nagpapalakas o nagbibigay tulong sa pangunahing tunog o tinig na nangunguna. Duet. Basically, it is a musical composition written for two parts or two prominent parts supported by an accompaniment. When we say duet, ang duet ay isang musical composition na isinusulat para sa dalawang bahagi o dalawang pangunahing bahagi na sinusuportahan ng isang accompaniment. Ang duet sa musika ay isang anyo ng pagtatanghal kung saan dalawang tao, karaniwang mga awit, instrumentista o parehong mga awit at instrumentista ang nagtatanghal ng magkaibang mga bahagi o tinig sa isang musikal na komposisyon. Okay, trio, it is a musical composition written for the three parts, either for voice or instrument. When we say trio, ibig sabihin tatlo. Ang trio sa musika ay isang komposisyon o pagtatanghal na binubuo ng tatlong bahagi. Maaring mga tinig o mga instrumento na kinakatawan sa kabuuan ng pagtatanghal o komposisyon. Isa sa mga halimbawa ng tinatawag na trio sa musika ay ang Beethoven Piano Trio na mas kilala bilang EDUC318. Ito ay isa sa mga sikat na komposisyon ni Ludwig van Beethoven na binubuo ng piano, violin at cello. Ensembles. Ensemble is a musical composition written for a relatively large group of performers. When we say ensembles, ito ay grupo. Ay isang musical na komposisyon na isinusulat para sa isang relasyonadong malaking grupo ng mga awit o mang-aawit at instrumentista or mga instrument. Ilan sa mga halimbawa ng mga ensemble ay mga kurong awit, orkestra at banda. Ngunit maring isa pa rin itong ensemble kahit maliit na grupo lamang ng 4 o 5 tao.
So good morning leaders, I am Joy Balawag and I am the one reporter of musical content on Timbre. So here's my report. Native Bamboo Ensemble or Pangkat Kawayan. It is a unique Filipino performing group or ensemble that uses non-traditional bamboo instruments sourced locally, also known as the singing bamboos of the Philippines. The instruments this group uses are the bamboo tube or bumbong, the bamboo marimba or talonggating, the bamboo piano or tipangklong, the bamboo flute or tulali, the bamboo knockers or kalatok, and the bamboo musical rattles or angklong. So, ang bamboo ensemble ay isang musikal na grupo ng mga Pilipino na gumagamit ng mga instrumentong gawa sa kawayan. So, also known as the singing bamboos of the Philippines. So, here's the instruments of native bamboo ensemble. First is kalatok or bamboo knockers. So, ito naman ay binubuo ng bamboo tubes na mayroong butas na pinagbubukasan. So, it is made of bamboo. Next is bamboo marimba or talonggating. So, ito naman ay binubuo ng mga bamboo tubes na may iba't ibang haba at ang bawat isa ay may kanya-kanyang tono. So, third is bamboo tube or bumbong. So, ito ay isang uri ng instrumentong gawa sa kawayan. Karaniwang ginagamit ito sa iba't ibang tradisyonal na musika at kultura. So, ito ay may iba't ibang haba at diametro at ang tunog ay nabubuo sa pamamagitan ng pagtama ng isang kahoy sa mga patong ng kawayan. So, next is bamboo flute or tulali. So, ito ay isang uri ng flauta na ginagamitan ng daliri upang mag-play. So, it is made also of bamboo. So, next is the bamboo piano or tipangklong. Ito ay ginagamit sa pagtatanghal, seremonya o pagdiriwang. So, same lang sila ng angklong, ngunit may ibang anyo at gamit. So, last is angklong. So, ito ay binubuo ng isang hanay ng mga bamboo tubes na may iba't ibang haba at diametro. Ang mga tubes ay nakakabit sa isang frame. So, that's all. Thank you.
Let's proceed to the Western orchestra. So the modern orchestra is divided into several sections, namely the strings, the woodwinds, the brasses, and the percussion. A conductor usually leads on orchestra. So the term orchestra is a Greek origin which referred to the area directly in front of the stage. In concert halls, theaters, and other performance venues. So kung napapansin nyo, ang mga instrumentong ito ay nakakategorize according sa kanilang build. So piniplay ito by plucking or bowing. Okay, let's discuss first the violin. So violin, a stringed instrument that is commonly bowed but may also be plucked. It has a hollow resonating body made of wood with an attached neck and peg backs. Its fingerboard, just like all the other instruments in this section, does not have frets. It has 4 strings and is the highest pitch member of the section. It can be played either as solo or an ensemble instruments. Okay, so si violin daw, siya daw yung pinaka-smallest string instrument, pero siya yung may pinaka-highest pitch. At siya rin yung tinatawag nating heart of orchestra kasi siya yung pinaka-importante. Viola. Slightly larger than the violin, it is the second highest pitch member of the violin family. Music for the viola is usually notated in the alto clef and its 4 strings are tuned a fifth below than of the violin. So, si viola naman, siya yung mas malaki lang ng konti sa violin. Same sa violin pag piniplay plucking or bowing. Mas malaki sa violin pero mas mababa ang pitch, fifth lower than the violin. Okay, the third is cello, also called violoncello. It is the second lowest pitch of the bowed string instruments and possesses a deep, rich tone in its lower register. Due to its size, the cello is played between one legs. It has also a lower range than the viola. Okay, so cello, bigger than a viola. So, pag piniplay siya, dapat nakaupo lang yung nag-play and between siya sa legs, between 2 legs. It's either plucking or bowing din siya kapag piniplay. Okay, the last one is the double bass, also called contrabass. It is the largest of the bowed string instruments and has the lowest pitch and range. It can be played either by plucking or with a bow. Okay, so plucking and bowing pa din siya. And then, si double bass din yung may biggest but has the lowest pitch. Siya yung pinakamalaki pero siya yung din yung mababang pitch. Ang player naman ito ay nakatayo. Hindi pwede nakaupo dahil hindi niya mayayakap yung double bass kasi sobrang laki. Mas maliit so tandaan na natin na kapag mas maliit ang string instruments, mas mataas ang pitch. So mas malaki ang string instruments, mas mababa ang pitch.
So, good morning leaders. Good morning sir. I am Rona Estares and I am one of the reporter in this subject also. So, for the continuation of our topic, we're going to discuss the woodwind section. So, in woodwind section, we have flute, clarinet, oboe, and then the bassoon. So, the woodwind section is the instruments of this section were initially constructed out of wood. But today, some of them are made of metal. So, blowing wind into a tube sets up vibration that in turn make it sounds. So, before, ang mga woodwind instrument is made of wood before. But eventually, through technology, meron na tayong mga made of metal na mga instrument. So, let us discuss first the flute. So, flute is a long, slender, cylindrical shaped instrument wherein the player blows through a side hole and it is held horizontally. So, this is the picture of flute. You are going to blow from here to create different sound and you are going to put like this your finger that would enable to create different sound. So, meron tayong mga flute na made of woods and then meron din tayong made of metal. So, now let's proceed to the clarinet. So, clarinet sound is produced by blowing into a reed. So, if we say reed, a small piece of cane which vibrates. So, slightly conical shape. It is usually made of ebony. So it is made from the hard tree. So this is the example of reed. Ito siya. Manipis siya na ginalagay siya sa portion kung saan ginablow yung mga instruments. This is the example of reed. And then, ito yung itsura ng clarinet. Ayan siya. So, dito siya ginablow to create different sounds also. So, let's proceed now to the oboe. So, oboe, just like clarinet, but the oboe uses a reed also. But in this case, it has a double reed. So, si oboe na naman is the same lang siya na ginagamitang ng reed, pero in this case, ginagamitan na siya ng double reed. So, this is the picture of double reed. Ito siya. Ayan. Magkaiba na siya. Double na siya kasi. And then, si oboe is ito yung itsura niya. Ayan. May kasimilarity lang siya ni clarinet. Alright. So, now, let's proceed to the bassoon. So, bassoon is another double reed instrument, but the bassoon is a low-range woodwind, bigger and longer than other wood instruments. So, si bassoon na naman is double reed pa rin ang ginagamit dito. But si bassoon is mahaba siya na woodwind instrument. So, ito siya. May mahaba siyang instrument. So now, let us discuss the different brass section. So if you say brass section, it is the instruments tend to be the loudest of the wind instrument. So to produce a sound, the player blows into a small metal mouthpiece which makes the lips vibrate. So this vibration set ups vibration inside the brass tube. So, sa brass section, meron tayong trumpet, French horn, trombone, and then the tuba. So, now, let's discuss first the trumpet. So, si trumpet is the instrument with the highest range in the section. It has a bright and powerful tone. So, it is usually used in martial or military themes. So, as we see also sometimes yung mag-play na sila ng mga military themes, and then kung may mga parade, and then may mga occasion, we hear the national anthem, and then ginagamitan siya ng trumpet. Because it pitches controlled by valve, and that either connects or disconnects the main tubes with the secondary tubes. So, ito siya ang itsura ni trumpet. Ayan siya. Ginagamitan nila ng kanilang mga finger, and then dito nag-create ng different dito sila nag-blow to create different sounds. Now, let's proceed to the French horn. Sa French horn naman, it is lower, mellower than the trumpet. Its tube is coiled into a somewhat circular fashion, which gives it distinct shape. So, ito siya si French horn. Ayan, nagka-curve na siya. You are going to blow from here. Ayan. To create different sounds also. Ayan. So now let's proceed to trombone. So si trombone, instead of using a valve like the trumpet and the French horn, the trombone uses a slide mechanism to produce and control pitches. So the trombone has a lower range than the trumpet. So, si trombone naman, hindi siya ginagamitan nung ganun sa fingers. Si trombone, meron siya ditong parang sliding mo siya to create different sounds also. So, si trombone, may mahaba siya, and then dito, ginaslide mo lang siya to create different sounds. So, now, let's proceed to the tuba. Tuba is having a low registered instrument, usually is the foundation for the brass section. It is less flexible than the other brass instruments. So, si tuba naman, as you can see here, malaki yung kanyang parang dito, yung para makablow siya ng sounds, malaki siya dito. And then, dito siya nag-blow yung tao. And then, to create different sounds, pinagamitan din siya ng kanyang fingers to control the pitches of this. So, this is the example of, or this is the image of tuba. So, sa brass section, meron tayong trumpet, French horn, trombone, and then the tuba. So, that is the wood section and the brass section. So, the continuation of our report will be continued by our next reporter. So, thank you.
Percussion section. Ito yung mga instruments na ginagamitan ng wooden or metal mallets para makapag-produce ng sounds. Meron itong tinatawag na definite and indefinite pitch. Belong sa definite pitch o yung mga instruments na nagpo-produce ng clear and may specific musical pitch are the timpani, xylophone, tubular bells, and marimba. While ang belong naman sa indefinite pitch o yung mga instrument na walang tiyak na musical pitch ay yung mga gongs and drums. So, belong sa percussion instruments or percussion sections ay ang timpani. Ito yan siya, oh. It is played by groups. Hindi siya ginagamit siya na nakagrupo gid ang instruments. So, next is the glockenspiel. Related siya sa lyre. Kumbaga, kamag-anak siya ng lyre. Ito po ang itsura niya. And then, next is the celesta. Celesta is, hindi siya gina-play with sticks or mallets kasi para siyang keyboard. Related po siya sa keyboard. And then, next is the marimba. Marimba naman is played like xylophone. Yan siya. Next is the triangle. Next is the triangle. Ang triangle is belong na po sa indefinite pitch kasi hindi mo masasakto ang kanyang tunog. So, pag distract siya, malakas talaga yung tunog niya. Next is the snare drum. Yan po siya. The snare drum is composed of a cylinder-shaped shell with two heads usually made out of wood or metal. Next is the tenor drum. Ito naman, mas malaki siya kaysa doon sa snare drum. And then the bass drum. Ito talaga ang pinakamalaki. Around 36 inches in diameter and 16 inches deep ang bass drum. And the last is the cymbals. Usually held by hand in pairs, this instrument is provide loud occasional accents while marching, yung ginagamit pag nagpaparade po. Yun lang.